Hey everybody, I am in Ebenezer Park. This is just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. We're actually in South Carolina in Rock Hill, but it's I don't know, 20 minutes away. So anyway, kind of quick little overview of the park. You have this circular looking walking bridge, I guess you want to call it, and then you have a large swimming area that it encircles. And they have these little pods set up so you can just hang out up here and watch your kids either at picnic tables or at the chairs like I was indicating here. They have all these like little kind of play areas. There's a kids play over the area over there. There's another picnic area, another picnic area, another picnic area. They have these little tables. They have this beach. Kind of amazing. All the stuff they have set up. So where's the campground? That's probably, you know, because you're campers. The campground's right over there. You'll see that there's some yellow grass. There's a parking lot that's pretty small, and then you'll see campers, and the American flag over there is our camper. We're out in front. And then if I turn around and pan out the other way, this is actually Lake Wiley, and you can see the boats on it. This lake is amazingly huge. Over there in the distance, that's North Carolina. We're in South Carolina. Hey everybody, I'm at Ebenezer Park. This is on Lake Wiley in South Carolina, right outside of Charlotte. And I'm going to show you around our site to start with. So this is our neighbor's camper. And then there's all this grass, almost enough that you could put like a camper right here. And yeah, that's Lake Wiley right there. And then our site. So it is amazingly huge. So orientation wise, this is a parking lot for the area, and then the boat ramp is over there, and then this is Lake Wiley. Hey everybody, I am at Ebenezer Park. This is Lake Wiley that I'm on. Ebenezer Park is about 1.5 miles in that direction. It's past the boat docks, but this is Lake Wiley. Lots of amazing houses out here and lots of water sports. It's the middle of December, so a lot of people have their boats put up, but there are people out here. It is 70 degrees, believe it or not, which is not typical of the weather for December in Charlotte. And I'll put a map or something in the corner. You're gonna get to see some time lapses and some video of me out here. There's all kinds of different boats out here. It's not super busy. It's probably kind of unbusy. Here comes one now. Mostly fishing boats, but there are a couple jet skis. I've seen some like motorboats and stuff like that they use for jet skiing and stuff. But all is good, and yeah, it's cool. So please like and subscribe, and see you guys around. There's a jet ski over there, kind of doing little donuts or something. Campground is broken into 4 loops. We are in the loop that is obviously next to the water. So if I just pan around a little bit, you'll see that there are some campers here. And this would be the half moon in one loop, and then it kind of goes around the other side. And then you'll see that there will be another one. And then the other 2 loops are over there in that forest. So we'll go around and try to show you the campground.
The gates are only open during the day. At night, the gates are closed. However, they give the campers a passcode so they can open the gate and get in and out in the middle of the night. But if you're not a camper, you cannot get through the gate, basically. The first 2 sites here belong to the camp hosts. That are conveniently there to help out when necessary. This is the first loop. I personally like the second loop the best, and then the first loop would be my second pick. I'm going to cut through some of the sites just so you can kind of get a feel for the sites. They are all different sizes, even though they look gigantic. Some of them are actually pretty small, some of them are gigantic. And in front of us is Lake Wiley. Now it's to the right if you're trying to just kind of figure out your bearings. So this was the first loop that basically we're already through that quickly. That is a boat ramp kind of over there in the distance, where there are no trees. You can see through the trees the third and fourth loop on the left. So to the right is the next half moon, or the next loop, and this would be the preferential loop. In particular, the last half of the loop that's obviously facing the parking lot is probably the best sites in my opinion. And yeah, there are some gigantic Class A's and gigantic fifth wheels in these sites. So most of the sites are very large. However, a few of them are absolutely tiny, so don't just assume all the sites are huge. So this site right here is the first site that has like pretty much a guaranteed view of the water, and then the sites passes, I think it's a 23, or the rest of the sites that are guaranteed a view of the parking lot and in the water, let's just say. So you have this one, the one that has a Class A in it. That's our camper there on the right with the American flag. Then it looks like there's an empty site between us, but there's not. It's just the site is that big. Like, that's where the truck parks. And then there's a travel trailer. With the space being so large between these two campers, it seems like we have the cut-through site, so to speak. There's always constantly people trying to get from the campground to the boat dock or whatever, or to the swimming pool, and they don't feel like walking all the way around the whole thing. And there's no easy path kind of marked. So I guess just because there's a huge gap between the two campers, just keep that in mind with that specific site, that it's kind of the cut-through site. Because you can see here on the right, this site, on the they have a car parked there, but there really isn't that much space to get through the sites. So if that annoys you, people cutting through your site, then maybe you don't want the site that's humongous. Maybe you want a little smaller site. They have some little parking circles here, or driving circles or whatever, and then the boat dock is on the left, and then all the amenities are on the right. So we're gonna kind of cut over into the forest, and I'll show you the next two loops, and I'm gonna speed up the video a little bit. So you can stay in a given loop, I think, for 2 weeks, and then you have to move to another loop. So what some people do that really like this park is they do the loop hopping. So they'll be like in the front loop for 2 weeks, and then they'll go to the second loop for 2 weeks, and then they'll go back here in the forest for a couple weeks, and then they'll hop back to that front area. So if you do your reservations right, you can be in this park for like a long period of time, as long as you're willing to move your camper basically every 2 weeks. And most of these sites, I don't know if all of them are, but most of them were full hookup. The ones that we were in were full hookup. You can look on the map and figure out which ones are, which ones are not. However, they do have a dump site. The one on the right is the quote-unquote dump site. Even though it looks like it's a back-end site, that's where you can dump at if you need to dump for some reason. That is a fence line there on the right-hand side that it goes against the adjacent property. The adjacent property is some houses and stuff. It is humongously big up here. The thing to point out is there's not that many lights back here. So back in the forest, it is very dark. Most of the light comes off the campers. They do have a couple little lights here and there, but it's very dark. Where we are in front of that parking lot, it's like a baseball stadium. It's so bright. They have like what feels like a street light every 10 feet. So, it doesn't even feel like it's dark outside when it's nighttime if you're up in the front near the water. And I guess they do that for safety. I'm not really sure. Safety in that they want to monitor who's going in and out of the water, making sure that people aren't, messing around in the water. You can see here in the loops, even in the forest, they back up to each other, so you can see kind of like through the trees each other's campsite. Just to be aware of. You can get some humongous rigs back here too, if you for some reason want to camp back here in the forest. To the right is the facilities, the restrooms, that kind of stuff. Then when you come back out here, we are right back at that main road where this is the first loop in front of me with the hosts, and to the left would be the second loop, the one that we're camping in, with the boat ramp up here on the left, and then the swimming area on the right past the parking. So anyway, hopefully this overview of Ebenezer Park and Lake Wiley helps out. And yeah, it's a really cool place, and we'll see you guys around.